It is the international break. It is both a time to reflect, but also a time to look forward. And joining me today to do both of those things, someone who I feel has had a very different experience to me so far this season, being the first guest on this channel, the Liverpool legend himself, Grizz Khan. Grizz, welcome to hopefully a safe space.
First and foremost, wow, the first guest
Yeah,
to a channel that I have no doubts will be one of the Arsenal channels in the very near future. So
let's
it's
hope.
quite an honor, and I'm very, very happy to be here. And you're right, I'm hoping it's a safe place for me, even though you're a
You
massive
probably
Arsenal.
need it. I mean, the
I
pressure on some of the shows you're on,
I
the
need it. I
intensity.
need it. I need it. I need it. I've aged about 12 years in the last month or so. Um, but I
Yeah,
need to get the hair
as
dye
anyone
out.
would.
I need to get the black dye out because they have made me go, this is the
Yeah.
greatest I've ever been in my life. And it's all down to my football club.
Maybe it's not something I want to get into then, because I want to keep the brown hair for as long as I can, really. Um, so yeah, I thought we'd just talk the state of affairs at the top of the table. Obviously, we represent 2/3 of the title race, or well, we'll get to that in a minute. Whether you still think that is a three-horse race, it would be ideal to have a Man City fan joining us, but and this isn't a joke. I don't know any, so it's just me and you for today. Just Arsenal and Liverpool. So I guess the first place to start is, are Liverpool down and out, or do you think after the international break they can bounce back from what has been not a great start to the season at all?
Two-part question. So it's going to be a two-part answer after I've asked you a question from your two-part
Oh,
question. So the
okay.
first question you said, are Liverpool down and out from where to what? If you're saying, if your direct question is, are Liverpool in this title race? My direct answer is absolutely not.
Oh,
Can Liverpool bounce back after the international break? Absolutely, yes, we can. But I don't think it's ultimately going to be enough
hmm.
to mount any form of serious. We may get in within 5 points, 4 points at some stage, somewhere,
Yeah,
but I think the damage has been done because it's only November and we've lost 5 times in the league.
yeah, it's
Record
a lot.
stats, everything else indicates that you can't have more than 5, 6 defeats in a season and be considered serious title challengers. So that's the hopefully an answer that covers most of your
Yeah,
questions. Not
I'm sure Toby and Matisse wouldn't be the happiest with that. As
no, they're weird guys, weird guys. That's the best way of the nicest, the kindest way of describing them. I could think of other words, but hey, listen, you're an up and coming channel. I don't want to put your channel in any
yeah,
form of by using any other form of
yeah,
language.
I've not been monetized yet. I don't want to ruin my chances. um, yeah, I mean, I've got many, living near London myself. I've got many Chelsea and Spurs fans who are the exact same, like in my friend groups, and they've been turned Liverpool fans now, maybe shifting on to being City fans because with City being so far away and not having the highest presence down here, I feel like it's kind of just a buy if they win the league down here. I don't know if you agree, but when it's like anyone else, it gets a bit uncomfortable for certain people. Am I right in saying that you are slot out? So sorry, slot in. So sorry,
I I
big
am.
big slip up there.
I mean the fact that there is emergency meetings taking place on the YouTube community
Yeah,
channel is kind of embarrassing from my point of view. Not that the fact that there's no debate to be had or discourse to be had before people start doing reaction videos to my opinions again. My God, that's mind blown
yeah,
me in the last few days. But what I mean by embarrassing is 3 months ago we were singing Arne Slot at the top of our lungs, and 3, 4 months later there is sections of the fan base, rightly, wrongly, whatever, it's people's opinions. People can support or not support.
Which
Or,
there is at every club. Like, I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you'd find
for
people who are
sure. And
pep
your
out.
club is the
Oh yeah,
epitome of
yeah,
power of social media, etc.
yeah.
But I find it crazy that we're having this conversation. But is it a
Mm,
conversation? And yes, it's a conversation to be had. Me personally, I've given my circumstantial reasons why I give him a bit more time and leeway and grace than others. But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just think the turmoil that he has had to endure this summer in terms of
yeah.
ingoing and outgoings, because incomings are not always glorious and exciting and lovely money spent. Obviously, the tragic passing away of Jota, and just as I said, the sheer turnover of players, and then obviously said key players, i.e., Frimpong, Isak not being match fit hasn't helped as well. So these are probably the most strongest points and reasons why I'm giving him a bit more time, but not much more time, Dan.
Mm. You see, I'm inclined to agree because being in my 20s, I've only ever seen 3 Arsenal managers. So I am very much inclined to lean on the side of giving managers time. That's what I personally believe in. And I agree with you. He's had a hard summer building up to this. I mean, the context of this season, you've got to think last season, he essentially, I don't want to degrade what he did, but he essentially was just continuing what Klopp had done. And Man City and Arsenal were both very far off it. But he had Klopp's team that was already gelled. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you made many signings at all, did you? It was
No, only the
no,
reserve keeper that joined later and Chiesa
yeah.
that he
Well, there you
basically
go.
Liverpool
Yeah,
fans will tell you something else, but he just doesn't rate him.
yeah. So essentially, this season, to me, he's in like phase one. I mean, at Arsenal, we love talking about phases,
You do?
and he is to me in phase one, and he's basically having to build his his team for the first time, which obviously is not easy. And when you're expected to win the title, I think it is very understandable to fall short of that expectation. So I'd say I'd agree, but I was very surprised last night, or was it the night before, seeing the Liverpool Civil War video, which you appeared on yourself, which I thought, can I just say, is like the best thumbnail I've ever seen with the you were Captain America, and I thought that was brilliant. But to me, it was like, I don't know if you've seen Avengers Endgame, when all the heroes come out of the portals. To me, turning on that stream and seeing all like the Liverpool faces that I'd seen on TikTok and YouTube all at one place, it was, I couldn't believe how many people were on the slot outside. And look,
So
I don't know the ins and outs, but
no,
I'm sure they have their
you just
reasons.
spot on. Shout out to the lads from Coppish who are very good friends of mine. So I went in to clear my name, so to speak.
Yes, yeah.
I've done that. I didn't really participate in the actual debate and conversation because, again, as I said, I'm not here for it because some things were said that were,
Yeah.
not really football.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It became a bit distasteful and slur names and troll names for the manager already. Like, grow up.
Mm,
That's just my
yeah.
opinion. But fair play.
Yeah. No, that I completely fair enough. I was going to move on to the title race, and I'm not going to remind you of what happened on Sunday against City because I'm sure you've spoken enough about that. But we've both had title races with them before. We've both been bested by them. You've beaten them to the title. We haven't. What would you say about their chances this season? How do you think they're looking? Do you think they're over reliant on Haaland, which is my personal opinion, but it doesn't really matter when he's as good as he is, or do you think they can do it?
I said it on the last episode of the Big Six. At the start of the season, I didn't think they'd win it. I said they'd finish third.
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying and hoping more than expecting to finish second still, but it's more hoping and praying than expectation now. And I'm in a conflicted place with Man City now because I want them to win it over you guys.
I was going to ask that. Who would be your preference?
Oh,
then?
for sure. And for the reasons that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I literally know about 4 Man City fans.
Yeah.
The whole space. Whereas I went to university in North London
Yeah.
Yeah. My son is an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
and I have some of my best friends, stroke enemies, that are Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
I could not bear it if you guys win it. But I've already congratulated you guys, and I've
So
already
you think so
congratulated.
you don't want us to, but you think
Oh,
we will.
there's zero, and I don't mean this because obviously Big Six community thinks I'm Grizz lighting and I'm just building it up for to sort of fall is mighty when you don't win it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly not coming from that angle. I genuinely believe I've seen many a title race. My Greys will tell you I've lived through more league campaigns than probably anyone on the scene.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I think probably only league judges has seen more than
Oh
me.
yeah. I
Shout out
saw
to
him at I went to Fulham away a couple of seasons ago, and I saw him. I love that guy so much.
Shout out to league judges, who is a top man. I'm better than him at pool, by the way. He knows that as well because I've smashed him to bits on the pool table. But what I'm trying to say is I've seen league campaigns and I know a league title winning team or squad when I see one. And Arsenal right now, and I said at the start of the season, they kind of lulled me into saying Liverpool going to win the league. But the
Mm,
guys know that in my heart of hearts, I
yeah.
thought Arsenal going to win the league this season,
Yeah.
despite the signings that we had made. The fact that we didn't get Gahey over the line, the fact that we didn't replace Lucho Diaz, that was
Yeah. That's
going to be
big.
downfall for me personally. I think Man City have exceeded my expectations. I don't know if their expectations, I don't know their fans' expectations. That's for them to say. But I think Man City and Pep Guardiola have proved me wrong thus far. Will they get over the line and catch you guys? I hope and pray they do. I genuinely don't see it. I think you're in a good place right now.
So you think it's more Arsenal's strengths than Man City's, I say weaknesses, but
There's always a combination. I
yeah.
agree with your point about Haaland and over
Mm,
relying on Haaland.
hmm.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Take out Haaland and then not
Oh yeah.
half the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Doku's shown a bit and he had the game of his life against us, and fair play to him. He was unplayable,
Yeah.
literally. Um, but take out Haaland, and especially with the ongoing Rodri situation, injury wise, on and off. Yeah, Arsenal squad is just way
Yeah.
too stacked in every position right now to let this slip.
Yeah. I feel like obviously as an Arsenal fan myself, obviously the squad has gotten so much better. Our depth, I feel like we're a lot better suited to deal with injuries as we're doing right now, this season as opposed to the last 3 seasons where we've challenged. I feel like we're much better equipped to deal with pressure this season. I feel like, I mean, last season, how many times did you drop points? And then we also dropped points against the exact opposition in the exact same fixture that we have won this season, whether it's been Palace or West Ham or Fulham or Newcastle, to name four. And I also think, and this is a bit of a hot take, but as I've told you, I'm a season ticket holder. I go to the games at the weekends, the home games, and it's been a bit more flat this season, the atmosphere. But obviously, as a fan, you want it to be a bit more rowdy, but I actually think that's a good thing because I think when it gets too emotional, like it has in the last 3 years, the players, because they've not been in this situation and done it yet, because they're young and maybe a bit more susceptible to it being a bit of a cauldron, because people call it a cauldron, but it's a cauldron for both teams. For example, Saliba is one player who I think struggles with that a lot on the biggest stage when the spotlights are on. I feel like he struggles a bit. Whereas this season, we turn up, both the fans and players get the job done and go home. And like I said, as a fan, you want it to be a bit more exciting than that. But in terms of results, I feel like that's really worked in our
I
in
agree
our
with you.
favour.
I think that's
Yeah.
a very good observation. I think I agree with you. You have been accused of in the past being over emotional
Hmm.
as a team, as a squad, as a
Yeah.
fan base, and the way you've described it. If that's the case, I mean, I haven't been to Arsenal this season. Um, I don't think I looking forward to going there either. Uh, but we'll see when the time comes. I may
Yeah.
be, depending on where we are in the league and what the situation is, I may don the war hat and off to battle we go. But we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think everything's in place, man. I
Hmm.
genuinely think your manager, his tactics. People may agree to disagree, entertained, not entertained.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're in the same boat in terms of, as a fan of that club or support of that club, I couldn't give a damn what others
No,
think.
no. And
Get
there have been points where
and we'll discuss it later.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's what I mean. Like, discuss it later. Win us the league, and
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
and discuss the
Exactly.
nuances later.
It's a luxury. Winners the league is a primary focus. Nice football, I feel like, is a luxury. I mean, there's been many times this season where I've been watching it and I've said, well, this is really boring. But I feel like, I don't know if you've seen this, but I saw on Twitter, so I don't know if it's true or not, but Arsenal have the highest line on average and they play against the lowest block on average across the Premier League. So I feel it is quite circumstantial that we play the way we do. I feel like we're almost forced to, which I've heard other people say as well. But you've seen when teams have kind of tried attacking us a little bit more, then the floodgates have opened. I mean, the game I'd refer to is Atletico, when it was 0-0 until whatever minute after the half time. We scored one, and the moment they tried to bounce back, we'd scored four. But we just seem to have the attitude where teams can try play against us in any way they want, and we'll beat them at it. And I know it's ironic because we've just dropped points, but that seems to be this massive strength that we've got this season. Obviously, we've had individual players raise their levels so much. I mean, Trossard this season, I know it's easy to say with him having scored at the weekend, but he's been, I feel like, one of our players of the season. Obviously, you've got Gabriel, who I feel like is like the most influential player in both boxes in the league this season. Calafiori, who is my personal favourite because I just love watching him play because I've got no idea what he's going to do. I feel like we've got a lot of strengths and a lot of differences for the last few seasons where they convinced me we can go the extra step this season.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you in terms of circumstantial. People often have skewed narratives and obviously skewed to whatever way they want to see a game or how a team plays. Weirdly, and I've been saying this for a little while now, people in the early days used to think I'm a closet Arsenal fan. I don't know if you heard that accusation.
A lot of people get that accusation, yeah.
Yeah, a closet Arsenal fan. No, it's just admiration initially in terms of, I think you've done it in a similar style to Liverpool in terms of off the pitch and on the pitch. Gradually, slowly and gradually, you've become a very efficient team from the high octane initial high gegenpressing that you guys used to do in the seasons that you didn't quite get over the line and just faltered at the end. Now you've become this sort of, we can handle any situation. You want to fight us. You want to play us, we'll beat you. And I think Liverpool at their best were that. I think he's identified the weaknesses and I think he's addressed it accordingly in the transfer market and from a tactical point of view. You've got to be big, strong, physical to win this Premier League, as well as have the intricacies and the technical ability, which you have in a certain few players as well. So the combination right now is very, very sweet for you guys.
Oh, yeah. And that is music to my ears to hear from someone who's watched their team go and do it multiple times to someone who hasn't. That is music to my ears.
Look, you can tell. I mean, I keep telling, like Turkish keep saying, no, I've seen too many, the reverses in terms of PTSD, and I said, I've seen that as well. That's why I'm coming from a place of experience. I knew when we're going to win the league. And it was not arrogance. It was like, I've seen us fail so many times. I know what it's like to be failures as well or not go over the line. So I'm telling you, my brother, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm hoping. And just to touch one last time on something you said, or the way we play and the criticism of the way we play. In the first season we challenged, 22-23, when we were absolutely blowing teams away, we conceded 43 goals that season. So I feel like that shows kind of the balance that's needed because, yes, we were playing well, but we conceded so many, sacrificing good defence, essentially, for aesthetic football, whereas now we're getting better results, conceding less, but we just, yeah, not quite as fun to watch, which, I don't mind, but it's obviously quite an easy thing for opposition fans to pick up on and criticize
If
because
we
there's
if
not
we
really
if we
much.
if we analyze it, Dan, and if we actually take a step back and think about it, are Man City ever been entertaining? Are they actually
Yeah.
amazing to watch? Whatever, like a
They're
lot
just a
of
very well-oiled machine, aren't they?
so,
Yeah.
some Pep's best teams at City, obviously Barcelona, he had the Messi factor and that midfield.
Mm.
That's totally different. That's alien stuff. But Man City teams are tall, fast, physical,
Yeah.
built like machines, all of them in the past. Sprinklings of a Silva,
Hmm.
sprinklings of a Mahrez, sprinklings of a Raheem Sterling, but 7, 8, 6 footers and absolute machines. That's the way
Yeah.
to win the Premier League. Same as us. We had Salah and Mane, two 5'8"ers, quick, speedy, fast, dynamic wingers, and then the rest of them were 6 foot monsters, pretty much.
Yeah. Which is basically the same as exactly what we've got this season.
That's my point.
Yeah. So, one final question, and it's not so much football related, but it's a personal question I wanted to ask: is how did you get into football content? I mean, we've spoken before. You just mentioned lead judges, and you've spoken to me about Rory Jennings before, which is not something that I knew about. How did it all come about to get the platform you got now, and the Big Six, of course?
Luke, luck,
Oh,
right place.
yeah.
Yeah. There's no secret formula recipe or I done anything special.
Mm.
I used to just chat rubbish on Twitter, as it was known then. I used to have a small Twitter account, just tweet
Yeah.
away every day, every night about footballing opinions. One day I got an email from a company called 90 Min.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people have heard of them, or I think they've changed their name actually now. They're under a guise of a different name. Oh, they're gonna kill me for this, but I can't remember their new name. But 90 Minutes emailed me and said, "Would you be interested in coming to our studio? We really like the way you talk about football." And I became an employee of 90 Minutes. We used to do 2 shows a week from there. At the same time, I used to do my own little football podcast for Liverpool related, which suddenly started growing, which resulted in Turkish randomly messaging me a game
Right.
one day. Didn't know each other, just
Yeah.
knew of each other. And he's like, "I love your style. And I think I can put a team together that can rock the YouTube world." And there the story started. I think it's fair to say we have rocked the
Yeah.
YouTube world, and I love us.
Yeah. Yeah. The rest is history.
I always say, I swear to you, and I mean this, I always say to them, if I wasn't a part of us, I'd
Mm.
support and watch you guys. I'm a
Oh yeah.
fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a
It's
fan.
it's such an easy thing to watch and I mean, I
Honestly,
watched it sit for about 3 years now. As I've told you in the past, it's like a fix, my weekly fix essentially. I watch it every episode, just waiting for it.
and
It's
you know
brilliant.
what? And I'm proud of us, and I'm proud
Oh
of
yeah.
them, because I swear to you, and you've got to know me recently, but we are exactly how we are on the
Yeah.
screen, off the
Yeah.
screen. We're not actors. We don't script.
Mm.
We are narrative agendas. You say this, I say this, I act like this, oh, I react like this. We're all natural. We're all different. I'm the uncle of the group. Matisse is the baby of the group. Toby's the angry one of the group. Saeed's the proud of the group.
Yeah.
Turkish is the high one of the group. And Steve's the skinhead from up north who's been going to jail. So
Yeah.
look, the combination, the variety is second to none. And I think that's what appeals to people.
Oh yeah. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to have one of the Big Six, which I'm such a fan of, on my own channel. This is my 16th video, I think. Like I said, you're the first guest. Yeah, thank you for.
I'm going to be honest with you. I want to be invited again.
Yeah, that is great news to me.
I'm forcing myself upon your pause. I'm forcing myself on your channel. My God, they taught me this pause culture as well.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, man. It's been fun, no doubt. You will be flying very, very soon. Already,
I hope so.
I can see there. And yeah, man, it's been enjoyable. It's been a fun, relaxing chat away from the jungle that I'm usually accustomed to.
It's a clearing in the jungle, and you're welcome anytime. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, as it says up there. Hopefully before Christmas. Thank you. Yep. There. If
Make
you
sure,
put,
guys,
yeah, there you
road
go.
to
Yeah.
1K.
Yeah. There we are.
Subscribe to my channel, his channel, wherever you're
You said
watching this.
it.
Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you leave a like, and get this fella to 1K at the very, very minimum ASAP.
What he said. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time, and peace out.